So what it do to everybody on SoundCloud? I said SoundCloud, meant to say. This gonna get posted on YouTube, but it's on my website. So this, my new single that just came out on SoundCloud and my website, is doing really good. You know what I'm saying? It started just going. You know what I'm saying? Um. So yeah, episode 6 of The Last of Us, the love story of Ella Sims and David Sims, is being turned into an animation series that's gonna be on. It's gonna be on Netflix. I was gonna go with Disney Plus, but then I thought about it, so it's gonna be on Netflix. And luckily, I didn't sign the contract right away, so it's gonna be on Netflix. But episode 6 will be coming on YouTube and on my website. I'll be telling it this Sunday along with a soundtrack single, and that's going to be for the series. That's going to be the animated series soundtrack as well. But anyway, let's get into the episode of what's going on right now in my love life. So I remember I was with what was it? I was with my wife Jenna. Now, if y'all don't know, my wife Jenna, she does have cancer. So sometimes she's not gonna feel, all the way good to go to events and stuff with me. So I decided because I was talking to the nurses, and Jenna Ortego, well, her name is Jenna Ortego Sims. She wasn't looking too good. She's like, baby, I'm not making this shit up. Like, I would go if I felt up to it. And I don't want to, like, leave the babies with my family right now. I don't really want to take them out right now. I don't feel comfortable leaving them with random people. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, and I'm not making it up. Like, I really don't feel good. And even if I felt good, I just wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them here. Like, I know my mom and my sisters wouldn't do anything to harm them. They're related to them, but I don't want to like leave them, and then I don't want to take them like to the red carpet. And it's not that I don't want to support you. I do want to support you. This is the first damn movie that you're not in. So I'm like, I mean, I understand. So I was asking the nurses, could they make her feel better, like give her some medicine? So they're like, look, we're gonna be real with you, David, because you are our boss. We work for you. She's taking that. She's taking chemo, which means that it's gonna fight the cancer, but it's gonna get a lot worse for this girl before it get better. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, it means that, Jenna, her hair might fall out. A whole lot of shit might happen before it starts getting better for her. So she's going to feel like crap for a while. This is not a TV show where you see someone uh, get sick for maybe a few minutes in a scene, and then all of a sudden in the next episode they're getting better. This is real life, David. She's actually gonna feel bad for a while, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. We gotta see how her body responds to the treatment. All I know is that this is this is one medicine that we're giving her. Now, if this don't work, we have another medicine that we can give her, and that might take some time for her body to get used to. So not everything that we give her is going to work. It all depends on how her body reacts to it. So okay, so your wife is going to look not like your wife for a little while. I mean, she's still going to be pretty, but not as pretty as she used to be. So Jenna like, wait, so I'm gonna be ugly? She's like, you're not gonna be ugly. You're just not gonna look like yourself for a little while. She's like, for 2 years? Like, well, look, 2 years is an estimate. That's an estimate. It could be a year. We don't know. We don't know how long it's gonna take for your body to accept this medicine. All we do know is that we're gonna see what this do first. If it works, then we'll keep giving you this. But if it doesn't, we have something else that we can give you to see if that treatment works. So we're going to see what actually works for you. But for right now, you worrying about you not looking like yourself should be the least of your worries. What you should be worried about is beating cancer, beating this shit. So you won't have to worry about it no more. That way you can be a fully good mom to your kids. I mean, you're pregnant again, and that is a miracle that you got pregnant again. So that's good. That's half of a good sign because girls that got cancer can't get pregnant at all. So that's really good. That is a really good sign. So you just let us do our job and you do your job as being the sick patient. Okay, we will take perfectly good care of you. She was like, "You sure you're not gonna make it worse?" She was like, "We will not make it worse. We promise you." So I'm like, "All right, well, I guess I go to this red carpet with Zendaya." So Jenna Ortega was like, well, "No, hell no. I don't want you going with Zendaya." I'm like, "Well, it's her fucking movie." She's like, "It's your movie too. Look, can you just take your brother's wife or something? You said that, what's her name? Ain't she like a Muslim or some type of Muslim? What's her name?" I'm like, Nadia. So she's like, "Yeah, you said Nadia like Aaliyah. Why don't you take her like as a bonding thing between y'all two?" I'm like, "I don't know. I never spent any alone time with that girl." She's like, "Yeah, but maybe you should." So I'm like, she's like, "Look, and it will beat you going with Zendaya because I definitely don't want you to go with her." So I'm like, "Okay." It's like David, and I don't know if you went with her too, because I will be looking all on YouTube to see if you took her to that fucking event. So David, if I hear that y'all went together, I'm gonna know, and you're gonna hear not the last of me, but you're gonna hear me all up in your ass. I'm like, I don't like that terminology, because I'm not gay. I don't like that. You're gonna be all up in my ass. She's like, "All right, fine, David. I'm gonna be on you." I'm like, "Okay." It's like, so don't fucking disobey me and then take her ass anyway. I don't want you taking her out or no other celebrity bitch, okay? I don't want you dating them and taking them to that fucking event. So I'm like, I get it. All right, all right. So I get in the car. I called up my brother Jermaine. I'm like, "Jermaine," he's like, "What's going on, little bro?" I'm like, "Hey," he's like, "How you healing up? How's your legs?" I'm like, "How you think my legs is? They good. I'm still in the wheelchair if that's what you concerned about." Look, my first movie. Well, not it's not my first movie, but it's my first movie that I'm not actually in. This Aaliyah biopic movie. So he's like, "Yeah, my wife said she wanted to see that damn movie. All them damn commercials and them damn ads and stuff. They all over the damn place." So I'm like, "Yeah, I was wondering if your wife wanted to come with me as my, plus one. Because my wife, Jenna Ortega, she got cancer." So he's like, "Whoa, Jenna Ortega? She got cancer?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Oh, shit." I'm like, "Yeah, so she's real sick, from like the chemo medicine, so she can't go, and plus she don't want to leave the babies, alone and stuff." So he was like, "All right, let me ask Nadia, you gonna pick her up?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he like, Nadia, you want to go to that red carpet with my little brother?" So she's like, "Oh yeah, is that David? Let me talk to him." So she get on the phone. She's like, "Hey." So I'm like, "Nadia, you want to come with me to the red carpet?" She's like, "Mm-hmm." So what time should I start getting ready? So I'm like, you can start getting ready. I'm thinking, get ready in like 3 hours. She's like, "Did you say 3 hours?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay. Well, I'll see you in 3 hours." So I'm like, "All right." She's like, "All right." So I get out the phone with my brother's wife, Nadia, and so I go check up on Zendaya. So Zendaya opens the door, and she's like, "David, I'm glad you're here because we need to talk." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah, really." So she lets me in. We go upstairs in her room. I'm like, "Where everybody at?" She's like, "I don't know if they're gone. They ain't here." Look, David, I know it's a lot riding on this biopic movie. There's a lot. The movie don't come out until February the 22nd, but the red carpet is tonight. And you know, a lot of our famous friends is gonna be seeing them. I'm like, dang, my damn famous friends. You don't see me hanging out with their asses. She's like, okay, yeah, well, okay, yeah, you right. So okay, well, let's just say some of my famous friends. I'm like, yeah, that's the best answer because they ain't none of my damn friends. I don't hang with them motherfuckers. So you got it all fucked up. So like, anyway, besides the point. Look, David, I need you to be honest with me. Do you think I did good in that movie? Do you think I did her justice? I'm like, let me ask you a damn question. Do you really think that I will fucking put a movie together like that and tell you that you did good if you didn't? So she's like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, now you think this is my fucking name on the line? This is my reputation. You think I will fuck all that up to make you look bad? She's like, yeah, you got a point there. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. Why would you do some dumb shit like that? I'm like, yeah, so of course you did amazing. You didn't do good, you did amazing. She's like, all right, look, have you been thinking about what I've been talking to you about? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, about us getting back together, about us going public and global. I'm like, I've been thinking about it, Zendaya. It's like, okay, so what's stopping you? I'm like, she's like, please don't sit in my damn face and tell me some damn Jenna. Because I'm not going for that shit. Because I don't believe that that's what the fuck is stopping you from being my full boyfriend. That didn't stop you from fucking the shit out of me while I was filming that movie. And didn't stop you from doing that. So I'm not trying to hear that answer. So I'm like, you sure you over? I'm like, you sure you over Tom? It's like, of course I'm over Tom. I'm like, but you said that last time. It's like, yeah, I did, baby, but this is the difference between last time. I ain't really mean it last time, and I was just saying whatever I could to save my ass. I'm like, what makes you think you're not doing the same thing here? She's like, you know what? You got a good ass point, David. I probably would be saying anything just to get you to be back with me, but that ain't the case. Have you been seeing anything about me and Tom lately? I'm like, she's like, David, if you don't believe that I'm your girl, I'm about to post a picture of me saying I'm pregnant on my Instagram. That, and I'm gonna say in the caption that Tom is not the father. So David, I'm letting you know I am serious about being your girl. You know how private I am about a lot of shit in my life, especially my relationships. You know how private I am. So I'm like, and you know how private I am. It's like, okay, so do you think I would be fucking jerking your chain at this point? So we ended up start kissing. We did end up having sex and stuff. Ended up turning it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I told her why I couldn't go, why I couldn't bring her to the red carpet. I was gonna bring my brother's wife, uh, Nadia. And if y'all don't know, me and Nadia don't. I'm not gonna say we don't get along, but for a long time, I never really hated Nadia, but I guess she hated me. I don't know. But I never really hated Nadia. I hated how she treated me for a long time, especially like when her sisters came around. She became like a different girl. You know, when people come around and people try to like, they change up on you 1 minute, they like real cool with you, but then when they real friends come around, they act like they not your friend no more. So yeah, I hated how she, did that type of shit, but I ain't never really hate Nadia. So anyway, so she's like, you taking your brother's wife? I'm like, well, yeah, she wanted to see the movie, so this will be her first time going to like a red carpet and stuff like that. She was like, well, that's very fucking nice of you. I'm like, look, and right now, I mean, I don't think we should go public like on the red carpet. She's like, when is the right time to go fucking actually public? I'm like, at the red carpet, you can get on my website and tell everybody that we're dating. She's like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, after the red carpet, yeah, it's like, I'm really gonna tell everybody. I'm like, you always like, yep, even about the baby and everything. I ain't holding shit back. I'm like, okay, I would not have it any other way. So she ended up letting me have sex with her again. And what happened after that? Oh, after that, she wanted to watch a movie. Like she wanted to have like a late night type of movie night with just me and her. And she wanted to know what movie that I actually wanted to see. And I was thinking, I was like, I don't know. I think I said This Is 40. Yeah, the movie This Is 40. And she was like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, you don't know what that movie is? She's like, David, if I knew what This Is 40 is, do you think I'd be sitting here asking you what the fuck it actually is? What is that fucking shit? Is that a movie? So I'm like, it is a movie. She's like, you ain't making that shit up? I'm like, yo, look it up. She's like, so the name of the movie is called This Is 40. I'm like, yeah. So she looked it up. She's like, oh, this is actually a fucking movie. I'm like, yeah. It's like, you like this shit? I'm like, look, you'll be surprised of certain movies that I like, but yeah, I like that shit. Of course, it's a good movie though. It's like, what is it about? I'm like, what the fuck you think it's about? It's in the damn title. It's like, what is This Is 40? I'm like, when you turn 40 years old? It's like, oh. I'm like, it's a woman that is, well, both of them are turning like 40 years old. But the woman doesn't want to be 40. Like, she doesn't want to accept that she's turning 40 years old. So she's telling herself that she's not 40. Like, she wants to still feel young and all this shit like that. So she's feeling like depressed and shit, like the fact that she is turning 40. She doesn't even want to have a birthday to remind her that she is 40. So it's like, oh, that's crazy. That sounds like a good movie. So she realized that the age is hitting her. I'm like, right. It's like, oh yeah, I want to see that shit. I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right, yeah, we can watch that. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna set. You gotta give me time to set everything up after the premiere and stuff. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that'd be great. So we did have sex like I mean a couple of times. Then I went to this meeting um, with Disney Plus and Netflix, and this is how I went with Netflix. So you know the girl Bella, she plays Ellie on The Last of Us, and we kind of like had not the whole entire cast of The Last of Us. We only because I had a different cast. Not it was only Ellie and the guy that plays Joel, and my cast that's in this series. But it's an animated series, and obviously I can't do anything until I like fully heal up. So why not make it an animated 3D series? And it's gonna be really good. So I remember we are sitting down, and Bella is like sitting on my lap, the girl that plays Ellie, and they're like, okay, are y'all two dating? And so Bella was like, mm, we just friends. So there's like, you're like all over him. Okay, if y'all just friends, then I mean, I like a friend like that. So she's like, okay, can we get to the meeting? Why y'all worried about me and David doing? He's hurt. He needs loving and care and all that other stuff. So they're like, all right, we love that y'all so close. Look here, Disney Plus, let me and David talk for a minute, and then you can talk to David. Look, you done went with Disney Plus with a lot of stuff, David. Now I know you got the number one show in the country still, and it's been months. Now listen, we don't have a really good animated show on our platform. And we feel like if you give us that, David, that'll be amazing. I mean, you giving Disney Plus all that good shit, all animated stuff, things that ain't animated. It's all on Disney Plus. You always go with them. When you going to accept that we your family too? We telling your story. We doing everything the right way. Everything you want. We ain't changing nothing up. We haven't been a problem ever since we started doing business together. Now have we? Have we been a hassle? I'm like, no, Netflix, y'all ain't been a hassle. So they're like, and see, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So don't you think we deserve one good animated 3D series? The Last of Us is going crazy on HBO Max. And this version, your version of The Last of Us, with Ellie and Joel told through your eyes in the animated series would be dope. It'd be good. So I'm like, okay, that is a very good ass pitch. So Disney Plus was like, look, David, maybe some of that stuff that they were saying is actually true. But listen, David, you know that something like that needs to be on Disney Plus. So Netflix, like, you know that is absolutely not true. Because we deserve good stuff too. So they like, and y'all got good stuff. They like, we don't have no good damn animated series. You, first of all, let me show you the damn chart, David. Let me show you. So Disney like, wait a minute. So you just gonna cut us off? We ain't cut you off when you was pitching your idea. We ain't cut you off. Let us finish. Give us the same courtesy. We can let us finish talking to David, and then you can show him the damn chart. Why don't you sit the hell down and let us finish talking, David? You know that something like that needs to be with us. I'm like, and why is that? I mean, cause see, I feel where Netflix coming from. They don't got no good damn animated shows on there. They're like, and see, David even agrees. He even agrees. I'm like, y'all got good animated stuff on there. A lot of animated cartoon series and Marvel shit. They was like, yeah, but this ain't no Marvel series. I'm like, it ain't. But y'all got good shit that's cartoons on y'all stuff. So they're like, yeah, David, but you know that needs to be. I'm like, no, because it has sex scenes in it. And I don't think that Disney Plus is a platform for sex scenes. I mean, show the actual sex scenes between me and Ella, even though with 3D characters. So they like, so what are you saying? I'm like, look, this is a short ass meeting, but I'm gonna have to go with Netflix. They're like, yes, yes. Look, Disney is nothing personal. You know, we show actual sex scenes and stuff on Netflix. We don't discriminate. They're like, we don't discriminate either. But you know, Disney Plus is an app for kids and also grown-ups. He like, yeah, but y'all can't show sex scenes. Y'all can't show that stuff. So they like, okay, he already went with y'all. You don't got to keep rubbing it in. So Netflix was like, that is a good decision, David. That is a good decision to bring this show aboard. So when are y'all gonna start, actually working on this animated series? I'm like, we're gonna start working on it. I'm gonna say tomorrow. So, Bella was like, I'm actually excited for it. Can't wait. So they had already got renewed for a second season for The Last of Us for HBO Max. So they already got renewed for that shit. So Bella wanted me to take her home, so she got in the car with me. Yeah, I'm still driving my goddamn truck, y'all. I can still drive, y'all. My truck, it drives itself, so I don't have to necessarily drive my truck. So I remember I'm like, Bella, when are you when are y'all gonna start filming the second season for The Last of Us? So she's like, I think in like another couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months from now. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, probably like 2 or 3 months from now. So I'm like, oh, okay, well that's good. So she's like, so do I come over to your house? Because Joe got to come over too, and the guy that plays Mike and stuff, we all come over to your house. I'm like, yeah, y'all can all come over to my apartment, not my house where my wife and kids are at. She's like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, you understand why? I mean, just security rise. I'm just very overprotective of my family. She's like, I understand. So we started kissing. I did end up having sex with her. I never said that I wasn't having sex with the girl Bella that plays on The Last of Us. I never said I wasn't having sex with her. I'm definitely cutting up with her, and I like her a lot. We've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and she was like, David, what if I told you that I might be carrying a little critter inside of me? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, I haven't been on my period in like almost a month. And we've been doing this for like a month. I'm like, well, yeah, we have. She's like, I mean, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, although I don't think getting a girl pregnant should scare you. But what if I told you that I have my own little critter of yours inside of me? What would you say? I'm like, I mean, actually, I would be kind of happy about it. She's like, you would? You'll be happy about it. You'll be thrilled. I'm like, I don't know about being fucking thrilled, but I'll be happy about it. So it's like, well, I got a pregnancy test right here. Actually, I bought like a couple of them. So she took them because in my truck, I got like a little bathroom in my truck. She took them. We waited for the results. As we waited for the results, I had sex with her, which was really good, by the way. And then she, looked at the results and she was like, well, yeah, David, you got me pregnant. I kind of figured that I was pregnant. I mean, like, I wasn't coming on my period when I was supposed to. And it just all makes sense. I'm like, okay, so you're pregnant. It's like, yeah, David, I'm having your babies. Now, you don't seem too damn happy about it. I'm like, I am happy about it. But if y'all gonna be filming in a few months, you don't want to look pregnant as you filming this shit. As you filming that season for HBO Max. It's like, so you think I should tell him? I'm like, I think you should. I mean, are you gonna be through that whole season too? It's like, um, I think so, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I think you should tell him. So she like, yeah, I'm gonna tell him. You're right, I should. But you know what? How long is it gonna take us to do the animated series? The first season of your version of The Last of Us. How long is it gonna take us? So I'm like, probably like a few weeks, maybe a month. She's like, okay. I'm like, probably even no, it's gonna probably take us like 2 or 3 months. She's like, okay. Oh shit. I'm probably okay. If I tell him right now, I'm probably gonna have to do both. I'm like, they ain't even finished writing the second season, so you don't know when that's actually gonna be. When they gonna actually start working on it. When they gonna write the shit. They probably haven't even wrote it up yet. She's like, I'm like, that might take them a full damn year to do. You know what I'm saying? You never know how long that's gonna take them to actually do. So you probably actually have time to actually have the damn thing. So like, you calling a baby a thing? I'm like, well, you might have time to have my babies. She like, okay, you might got a point there. Okay, I'll just ask Joe in the morning. I'm like, yeah, you do that. So yeah, we had sex or whatever, and then I took her home. Um, and I do like Bella. Bella is bad as hell. I don't care what nobody say. People call her, they say she ugly, but I don't think she's ugly. I don't think she's ugly, especially when she's like all done up and got her dress and stuff on. She looks real pretty. Like she looked really pretty, really really pretty. For me she did. But anyway, I remember after we were done, there is some people that seen me and Bella together, kind of spotted out together. So they, my fans, when they see me with a celebrity girl, they like, he got to be dating her. It's no way he not dating that girl. So anyway, I'm on my way to pick up Nadia. And yeah, I picked up Nadia. She got in the car. She looked it really nice and stuff. I'm like, look at Nadia. Okay, Sister Nadia. It's like, I really don't like to be called Sister Nadia. Can you just call me Nadia? I'm like, yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, I understand. She's like, okay, cool. So she's like, I've never been to a red carpet before. This is actually my first time going to a red carpet. I'm like, it's your first time doing this? She's like, it is actually my first time going to a red carpet. I've never been to a red carpet before. I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's the first for all of us. Like, well, it ain't the first for you. You've been to a damn red carpet before. Oh, you've been to a ton of them. I can cuss. She's like, you've been to a ton of them bitches. I'm like, well, yeah, that is true. I have been to a lot of them. She's like, yeah, what you mean it's the first time for everything? You mean it's the first time for me? Because I ain't never go to a fucking premiere. She's like, I ain't never go to a premiere before. This is like my first time going to a premiere. Is they going to ask us questions? I'm like, what you mean, like interviewers? She's like, yeah, is there going to be interviewers there? I'm like, it's a premiere. It's a red carpet. Yes, it's going to have interviewers there. She's like, okay. All right, cool. So we get there and I was holding her hand so I wouldn't lose her, in the crowd because there was a lot of people there at the event. Nadia kind of was like not really saying anything because we was holding each other's hands, so it was kind of cool. But I remember the reporter was talking to Zendaya because she was there. She had brought her whole family there and stuff, and they all seen me, and they was like, "Oh, there go David, there go David. We can ask David some questions as well because he did write and produce this movie, the Aaliyah biopic, and we are so happy that this movie is being done all over again." So they're like, "David, hey, who is this?" I'm like, "This is my brother's wife, Nadia. So this is my sister-in-law." So they're like, "Oh, you brought your brother's wife here?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's a big Aaliyah fan, so I thought it would be nice to bring her here to the red carpet." So they're like, "That is so nice of you." David, listen to this. So how was it to do this biopic movie? Because Zendaya was telling me that it was hard to, well, not hard, but she was saying that she fought for this biopic movie. So what all other things you had to do? Was it the music, getting the rights to our music? I'm like, well, that's some of the damn reason. I mean, like getting the rights to our music, having her family be okay with that shit. I mean, they're very secretive about like who they let deal with her catalog, and at first they thought I was a damn crook. They thought I was gonna take her music and run with it and try to keep the shit. And once they found out the type of man that I was, and then they started to see my resume. They started to see everything that I do is number one. They's like, oh, this man does great work. I mean, like, he can really tell her story and do it justice. And Zendaya was supposed to play Aaliyah. She was supposed to play this girl. So, in the Lifetime movie, but that didn't all work out. So, I always thought about Zendaya playing Aaliyah. Always was curious to see how she portrayed Aaliyah, and she did a really good job. So they're like, okay, good, good, good. So, um, so we will see how a lot of these songs came about. I'm like, yes, you would definitely see how a lot of these songs came about. I can't wait for y'all to see the finished product. I mean, doing a biopic movie about someone life is very hard. Now the movie is 3 hours and 50 minutes. It was 3 hours and 50 minutes. When it goes on Netflix, it's going to be broken down into chapters like a series. So it's going to be actually broken down into chapters. Now, when you go to the movie theater, it's actually going to be like the first part. So, like, the first part is going to be like an hour and 20 minutes and stuff like that. It's going to be broken down into chapters as well. So, it's going to be the same way for Netflix. So, it's definitely going to be done very respectfully. I feel like I did it just like the New Edition series, where they broke it up into three parts, and that's exactly how this series is. This movie is. It's broken down into syllables. So now tonight everybody's gonna watch the whole movie tonight, but that's just for us. But for everybody else, they're gonna get the first part. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be broken down into chapters. It's gonna be like a series. So they're like, oh hell yes. See, that is a very damn smart thing to do. Oh my, see, you know how to do this. You're a damn genius, David. I love it. I fucking love it. So I'm like, I love it too, man. So y'all need to be going over there. Look at Zendaya. She's the Aaliyah. That's the star of the show right now. She's still in the red. She's still in the red carpet. So I remember we watched the movie and everybody loved it. Everybody loved the movie. Now the red carpet, everybody can see the whole thing. But being as though that when it's released to the public, it's going to be released in a different way. So everybody loved it. They gave it a standing ovation. They were clapping. Everybody, nobody was falling asleep, and they all loved it, and they was happy that Zendaya really embodied Aaliyah. Like she did a really good job as playing Aaliyah. And the sex scenes, Zendaya didn't do her sex scenes. She had a stunt double because obviously I didn't want nobody having sex with her. So it was like a stunt double having sex with the people in the movie and just pasting Zendaya face onto the girl body. But yeah, it was a really good premiere. So we get in the car, and I just remember um, Nadia was like, David, that movie was so good. I need to get that shit on digital. She's like, I need to get that shit on digital. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, it's not on digital. I can't buy it like on YouTube or nothing. I'm like, well, it's not available on YouTube. It's not even out. It don't come out until February the 22nd. She's like, that's like a few weeks away. I mean, I guess I can wait that long, but that shit was good. I liked it. I mean, I really didn't think that you can pull this shit off. I'm like, first of all, that's not my first damn movie that I've written. I've written a lot of movies and TV series. That ain't my first damn time doing that shit. She's like, it ain't? I'm like, no, it ain't. So she's like, okay, well, I'm kind of hungry. So I took her to get something to eat, and then I took her to one of my apartments to, use the bathroom. Now, I'm gonna stop it at that part, and then you'll get to why I stopped it at that part. So Zendaya came home, and her mother was like, "That was the best premiere that I ever went to. Zendaya, you did so good. That you girl, you had me believing you was Aaliyah." It's like, did you like it for real? You ain't just saying that shit, are you? She's like, no, it was really good. Them sex scenes was very exclusive though, girl. She's like, that wasn't really me doing it. She's like, how wasn't it you? She's like, there was another girl that had like similar body structure as me. It was like a stunt double. And then, they pasted my face on the girl body. She's like, oh, so it wasn't you. She's like, no, David didn't feel comfortable with somebody fucking me. She's like, okay, well, at least we know the truth. She's like, anyway, I gotta do something. I gotta go upstairs, take all this makeup off. So she goes upstairs, she take the makeup off, and she gets on my website. Zendaya didn't even take all of her makeup off. She's like, all right, y'all know I wear wigs. Y'all know I wear wigs. It's not no secret. I wear wigs. It's not a secret. But I do still have hair. But I wanted to tell y'all something because a lot of y'all was wondering, is it true that David got me pregnant towards the end of me filming the Aaliyah biopic movie? It is true. That part is very much true. Yes, we were having sex and stuff. I mean, I don't think y'all like didn't know that already. I think y'all kind of knew we were doing stuff. But I really like David, and I want to go public with him. But I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid to go public with me. And I totally get it. I mean, like, the man is, like, in a wheelchair right now. I mean, somebody tried to fucking murder his ass. Somebody tried to run his ass off the road. So, I mean, I can see why he wouldn't kind of trust a lot of people. And at the same damn time, I mean, I didn't give him a reason to trust me. I mean, I had told him like, yeah, I want to be with you fully, and then I'll be with, you'll see me out with Tom, or you'll see pictures of me kissing on Tom and stuff, and it didn't make it better. Like, it didn't make it good that I said I want to be with him, but now there's me being spotted out with Tom, and so I get why he would be skeptical about going public with me. But I am not with Tom. We're not together. We're just not good for each other right now. Or we're not going to be good for each other for, I'm going to say forever. I mean, like, he's, not really fully understanding of my success. And I thought he would be very supportive. And for a while, he was. And it's just, when people are, when they have big egos, when certain people have big egos, it's hard for you to, it's hard for you to be there for them, and especially if you're dealing with someone that's an actor too. And that is a very hard thing to be in a relationship with. Like two actors being in a relationship together is very hard because when you are dealing with someone that does the same type of line of work that you do, it's very hard for them to be happy for your success when they feel like their career is pretty much in the toilet. Like, so my career is thriving and his career is really not taking off as well. Like, nobody's really like giving a damn about his movies. The only movies that they care about is like the Spider-Man movies, and he's not Spider-Man no more. If y'all didn't know, David is the next Spider-Man. He is the Black Spider-Man, the first person to play a Black Spider-Man in a live-action film. So David, and that I think that Spider-Man movie is finished. I think Scott Jackson is his leading girl. So that movie is finished. David, I think that was a secret. So I pretty much told on David about the Spider-Man movie, but David is the next Spider-Man. So I think that's another reason why he's just not on his feelings. And Tom just knows that, he's just not that big anymore. If it ain't Spider-Man, I mean, that's the only reason why people was really invested in him because of the whole Spider-Man stuff. But when he plays in other movies, nobody really gives a damn. Nobody cares. So I think that frustrates him. That a lot of people don't care about him as much as he thought that they would care about him. And they only care about him if we're like in a movie together, if we're doing something together. That's the only time that they really support us or support him because everything that I do, I mean, my fans support me. But yeah, so yeah, me and Tom are not together, and we're not gonna be together for a very long time. So yeah. So the Aaliyah movie, the biopic movie, it comes out February the 22nd, and we just came back from the red carpet. Me and my family. David was there with some Muslim girl. I think it was his brother's wife, Nadia, whatever her name is. I think he said Nadia. That got to be her name. But yeah, the movie, I was very impressed with the whole body of work. I liked it. My whole family liked it. Everyone else liked it. So when it comes to y'all, I hope that y'all will enjoy it and love it too. And I was supposed to play Aaliyah before, and things just didn't fucking work out. And I'm glad that I turned that shit down because if I didn't, I mean, who knows where my fucking career would have been? It probably wouldn't have been too damn good if I would have fucked her damn story up. So I'm so happy that I turned that shit down when I turned it down, and I finally got a chance again to play Aaliyah. So I think that it's all because of David, though. Like, David did everything he could for this biopic movie, and I know a lot of y'all wanted him to be in this film, but it didn't really call for him to really be in this film. So, I mean, this is David's work. He wrote the movie, he produced it. You will see his name all through the credits and stuff. Like, this is David's film. Like, this is all his film. He funded this movie, everything. This is all David's work. So David did everything he could to make sure that this shit was perfect, and it is definitely a masterpiece. So, I am so, and that also makes me feel like David is so sexy because everything he do, it just, I don't know, it just turns me on, I guess, you know. So I wanted to get on here to say that me and David are back together, but I'm gonna need y'all to like persuade him to let him know I'm serious about us. I need to take the rest of this damn makeup off because I got straight up on this website without taking my shit off my face. So let me take all this makeup off my damn face. So now Nadia comes out the bathroom, and like I said, now a little secret here. I've been having dreams about Nadia, wet dreams. You can't help how you have wet dreams about certain people. It just happens. So I'm like, Nadia, I gotta tell you something. It's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, I know you eating and everything. It's like, what? You gonna gross me out? I'm like, no. But funniest thing is, you probably gonna think it's gross. It's like, what? Just tell me. So I'm like, never mind. It's like, look, David, you might as well just tell me. So I'm like, I've been having dreams about you. So like, what type of dreams? Well, what, like what, friendly dreams? I'm like, no, not friendly dreams. You're like, what? You've been having dreams about murdering me? I'm like, no. She's like, what, wet dreams? I'm like, yeah, I guess you can call them wet dreams. She's like, really? Well, I've been having wet dreams about you too. I'm like, you have? She's like, if the thought haven't crossed my mind, I mean, hard for me to sleep at night. I'm like, what, I'm that ugly? It's like, you're not ugly. It's just, I mean, you remember when I used to like you? Before Jermaine and the babies came into the picture. You remember the very first time you came to the nation? I'm like, I mean, yeah, I remember. It's like, why'd you turn me down? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it was, I was young, and stupid, and then there was Tori, and then Aaliyah came into the picture. She's like, what, I wasn't pretty enough? I'm like, it wasn't that you wasn't pretty enough. It's like, then what was it then? I'm like, look, I don't know, Nadia. It's like, well, you standing here as a damn trillionaire. We just came from one of your premieres, and it was beautiful. It was really nice. I had fun. I never been at a premiere before and had that much fun. I'm like, okay. And she's like, look, so you don't know why you turned me down when you was in the nation, when you were young or whatever. I mean, you a damn teenager again, so I don't get it. What do you mean? You're young again? So I'm like, but that don't mean I would make the same mistake again. She's like, okay, so we're having wet dreams about each other. So what do that mean? We like each other? I'm like, well, I mean, I guess that's what that means. It's like, so how many dreams you had about me? One, two. I'm like, how many dreams you had about me? He's like, I don't know, about like 20. I'm like, really? He's like, not at all. Like, not at, like at different times, David. I'm like, okay, it probably was the same amount too. It's been a couple of times. She's like, okay, so what are we gonna do about it? I'm here, you're here. Cause I kind of feel like I got an idea. I'm like, and what's the idea? It's like, you probably gonna think this is a stupid idea, but I think we should do it. I'm like, what? She's like, I think we should do it. Like get it out of our systems. I'm like, okay, it's like because if we don't do it, we just gonna keep having those dreams about each other. I think we should just see if it is something, get it out the way. Like just stop, like because the more that we have these dreams, the more we're gonna want to do it. Or I mean, both of us is having these dreams, so obviously we're thinking about it. So let's just fucking do it. Let's get it out the way. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, are you sure? It's like, yeah. I'm like, right now? It's like, I mean, we're right here. I don't see why not. Yeah, right now. So she climbed on top of me, right? And I'm looking at her. She's like, do your dick get hard? I'm like, yeah, it gets hard. It's like, oh, wait, it's your brother. Hold on. So she was like still on top of me. She was like, hello. So he's like, y'all still at the premiere? It's like, yeah, we still like talking to everybody and stuff. I'm gonna have your brother take me to get something to eat. So he like, all right, well, you gonna be coming in the house late, so the baby's probably, well, the kid's gonna be sleeping and stuff. She's like, yeah, yeah, cool. So she get off the phone with Jermaine. I'm like, yeah, you don't think that made it like suspicious? Like he doesn't suspect anything. So she hang up the phone. She like gotta make sure the phone is 40. She like gotta make sure the phone is like fully hang up. So she hang the phone up, and she's like, all right, you sure your thing gets hard? I'm like, what are you trying to say, that my dick is crippled? She's like, no, I'm just asking a question. I mean, have you been having sex in this wheelchair? I'm like, oh yeah, definitely been having sex in this wheelchair. So we did end up having sex for the very first time, And I'm not gonna lie, I did really enjoy it. I mean, like in a dream, it was like really good. So, I just remember after we had sex, she was like her hairpiece kind of fell off. Like she had the Muslim garment hairpiece on, and it kind of fell off her head and whatever. And yeah, I mean, I was beating it up. I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. It was good, and we had sex like 2 times, so it was really really good. The first time was me fucking her like from like the front, then she kind of turned around and let me fuck her from the back. So yeah, it was really good. So she was like, "Oh my god, oh shit, I damn, you know you're not using a condom, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." She's like, "All right, look, I kind of don't want to go home, but I have to go home." I'm like, "Okay, what if I give you a job?" It's like, "A job doing what?" You know he's gonna ask. I'm like, let's say I give you a job to like write my memoirs like a book, like put all my words into a book. She's like, I mean that could actually work. I mean, are you really trying to write a damn book? I'm like, no, I just want to spend time with you, but that'll give you an excuse to be with me. She's like, okay, so when do I start this fake job? I'm like, um, tomorrow morning. It's like, tomorrow morning? I'm like, I mean, yeah, because I want to spend a lot of time with you. She's like, okay, all right. So I had sex with her a third time, and I came in her, and she was, I mean, she wasn't really complaining about me not using a condom, but it did. I don't think it hit her yet that I wasn't using a condom until I had to take her back home. So she was just like, David, I just realized something. You know, you're not using a condom, which means that you might actually get me pregnant. I'm like, you think so? It's like, I think your sperm is very strong. I mean, if you can get girls pregnant in a wheelchair, then it might be definitely some stronger sperm. So I'm like, okay. She's like, so what do I do now when I go home? Because, I mean, I kind of wanted to stay, and I didn't get to finish my food. Oh shit, David, you gotta take me back to your apartment. I gotta get the garment, the hairpiece. It fell off. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, I took her back to get the garment. She had to fix it and make it look like it never fell off her head or whatever. And I took her back home. Now, I told her, I'm like, I want, that's my pussy. So like, what do you mean, your pussy? Like, you don't want me to give it to your brother? I'm like, it's like you don't want to share it. So I'm like, look, I'm serious. Like, oh yeah, yeah. So what does that mean, David? I mean, does it mean that I'm your girlfriend? Cause I don't get it. I'm like, it does mean that you're my girlfriend. It's like, well, you gotta be clear when you speak to me. You're just gonna say it's my pussy. Like, so okay, all right. I won't give it to him. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm like, all right. It's like, all right. Wait, you want to have sex now? I'm like, yeah. It's like, I just fixed the garment hairpiece, David. What if it falls off again? I'm like, just make sure it doesn't. It's like, David, you pound on it hard, so it's going to be impossible for it to not fall off my fucking head. So it did end up falling off her head again. But this time she could just put it back on as I'm driving her back home. So she put it back on her head after we was done having sex. I don't know how many times we had cut up, but it was definitely a good chunk of times. She got up the car and she was fixing her garments and stuff. She had went up in the house, and so Jermaine was like, "So how was it? You seen some celebrities?" Like, I seen a lot of celebrities there. So like, he was like, "All right, so what happened?" She was like, I mean, when we got on set, she like when we got to the red carpet, there was a lot of interviewers there asking David a lot of questions and stuff. It was pretty fun. It was really, really fun. So he was like, I need you to do me a favor. She was like, wait, I gotta tell you something. David, your brother gave me a job, working for him, writing his memoirs like a book. So he'll be picking me up tomorrow, and yeah, so I start tomorrow. So he like, oh okay, all right. So you gonna be working for David? Well, my brother. So she like, yeah, yeah. I mean that's okay with you, right? So he like, yeah, that's fine, but you ain't tell him like I need you to ask him to invest in my movie. It's like what? That'd be like me using him or something. So he like, look, I'm his damn brother. He'll do it. Just ask him. She's like, then if it's so damn easy, then why don't you ask him? Why you get me to do your dirty work? So he like, excuse me. So Nadia like, why are you getting me to do your dirty work if it's so damn easy? If it's that damn fucking easy, you just call him and ask him. So he was like, I'm not gonna just call him and ask him. You ask him, you ease it in there. You gonna be working with him. You can just ease it in there. So she's like, I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna make it seem like I'm using. No, I'm not doing that. If you want your brother to invest in your movie, then you ask him. I'm not doing that shit. So he like, what is your damn problem? Usually you'll be on board for something like this. So like, well, I'm not, okay, and I don't think it's right. So he like, all right, well, the kid's asleep, so let's have sex. And I've been waiting for you to come. It's like I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. I just came on my period. So he like, what? She's like, yeah, I came on my period. So I'm really not for it. I gotta put a pad on and stuff. So I'm just gonna take a shower and stuff and go to bed. I'm tired. So so all I remember is I go back to before I go to Zendaya, I go to Sharon. And Sharon is one of my other girlfriends. She plays on like BMF and stuff like that. And I do remember I had to see JoJo Siwa because I mean, JoJo Siwa, she's been kind of going through some changes and stuff like that. But that's still my baby, nonetheless, that's still my girl. But anyway, so I go see Sharon. She's like, hey, baby. I'm like, hey. She's like, so why didn't you take me to that red carpet? Who was that fucking Muslim girl you was with? I'm like, oh, that was my brother's wife, Nadia. She's like, you took your brother's wife, Nadia, to a fucking red carpet? I'm like, yeah, but she never been to one, and she's a big fan of Aaliyah. She's like, I think a lot of people is big fans of Aaliyah. I'm like, well, that makes a lot of us. And she's like, so damn, you don't think I wanted to see the fucking movie? I'm like, you could have went. It's like, I wanted to go with you because I'm your girlfriend. I'm like, Sharon, you is my girlfriend. It's like, ever since you've been in this damn wheelchair, I'm seeing you less and less now. Ever since you went back to Jenna, I'm like, look, Jenna is really sick. It's like, she got cancer. I know. I'm like, well, yeah, the medicine that she's taking is making her really sick, chemo medicine. And they don't know how the medicine is going to respond to her body, but they do know that her hair is going to fall out. So she was like, so she going to look like a boy? I'm like, I don't think she going to look like a damn boy. She going to look like a damn girl, but she's like David, I don't really care about, she's like, I don't really care about, what is her name? Jar Ortega. I care about this situation right here. And I'm wondering why the hell you ain't take me to the red carpet? Because, I mean, like, I definitely wanted to see that movie. I'm like, you did. It's like, yeah, and you didn't even tell me when the premiere was. I had to find out online that the red carpet was tonight and stuff. And yeah, like, so I remember I did have sex with Sharon, which was really good and it was amazing. Now, Sharon has been, taking care of me and stuff. So, while I've been in a wheelchair, she's been there for me and, just having my back. So, yeah, she became my girlfriend. She is pregnant. So, I have been still seeing her a lot, but I have been spending a lot of time with Jenner and everything. So, look, after I was done with Sharon, I went back to Zendaya and we looked at this movie, This Is 40. So she's like, before I put the movie on, I did go on your website. I don't even know if I was clear, honey. I'm like, well, what did you say to him? It's like, I did tell them that we got back together. And I know they wanted to know if you really got me pregnant while I was filming the biopic movie of Aaliyah. So I confirmed that, yes, that's true, that I did get pregnant and I'm still pregnant. But yeah, I mean, I don't don't know if I was clear though. I was so nervous telling them. I'm like, why was you so nervous? Like, well, I ain't take all of my damn makeup off my face for one. I mean, I took my wig off, and you know when you got a wig on and stuff, you got the stocking cap on and stuff. So I'm talking to them with my wig off and shit, and I didn't even take off my fucking makeup fully, and I'm like telling them that we're dating and everything, and I don't know. I guess I felt uncomfortable telling them that shit because of the way I was looking. I'm like, okay, look, can I ask you a question? It's like, you want to ask me a question? I'm like, yeah. How do you like the show, The Last of Us on HBO? How did you like the show? It's like, how did I like it? Are you asking me, do I like it? I'm like, yeah. I'm asking you, do you like the show? She was like, it, it's a good show. I mean, I like it. I'm like, that is you stuttering. It's like, David, if you asking me, is your version gonna be better than that? I'm pretty sure it is. Even if it is gonna be an animated series, I'm pretty sure your version is definitely gonna be 10 times better than that. I'm pretty sure it is, because it's gonna be like a video game. I mean, like that's what the fuck people want to see any damn way. So it's like, I'm pretty sure that your version of it gonna be real fucking good. Like, cause you always put your spin on it, and your spin always is like a good type of spin. So it's like they definitely gonna be fucking with that shit, cause it's gonna be just like the video game. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you got a point there. It's like, yeah, that shit definitely gonna be trending on. What is it gonna be on Netflix or Disney Plus? I'm like, it's gonna be on Netflix because you know the sex scenes. It's like, oh yeah, you love sex, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna put some sex scenes in there. I'm like, why? What not? It's like, okay, David. So she's like, you ain't asked me to fucking be in it. I'm like, well, I mean, you ain't say you wanted to. It's like you never asked me. So I remember we did end up having sex. We watched the movie This Is 40. Zendaya did like the movie. She liked it for her first time seeing it. She actually did like the movie. She's like, this movie is really good. I'm like, you like this? Like, yeah, I really do like it. It's really good. This is like my favorite movie now. I'm gonna watch this shit every time I go to sleep. So I'm like, wait, what do you mean you gonna watch it every time you go to sleep? She's like, I ain't trying to say it's a boring ass movie. I'm like, that is what you indicating, Zendaya. You're trying to say it's boring. She's like, no, I ain't never say it was boring. I'm just saying I'm gonna watch it every time I go to sleep. I'm like, that's basically saying it's fucking boring. It's like, that's not saying it's boring. That means that it's helping me go to sleep. I'm like, it means that it's a boring ass movie and you just put it on to go to sleep. It's like, no, it doesn't. I put on Harry Potter and Harry Potter is not boring and that makes me go to sleep. So I'm like, Harry Potter makes you go to sleep? It's like, yeah. Just because I put on a movie to go to sleep don't mean it's a boring movie. I just like the movie. So I'm like, all right, you know what? You probably right in there. It's like, yeah, you looking too much into this shit, David. I'm like, yeah, maybe I might be. It's like, yeah, maybe you might be. So everybody, you know, I was on my website and my fans was talking about the whole Aaliyah thing. I had sex with Zendaya. She ended up falling asleep. So, you know, usually when my celebrity girlfriends asleep, I put my earphones on. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in my car so I can just hear what they saying while Zendaya asleep. So the girl was like, all right, y'all, what do y'all think about this Aaliyah biopic movie? What do y'all think about this shit? Do y'all think that David, because I mean, I'll be honest with you, I know that David is definitely, you know, I know he did his thing. Even though he's not in it, he's not in the fucking movie, but this is his movie. Like, he written the movie, produced it, he funded this shit. It's basically his fucking film. Zendaya is playing Aaliyah. Now, a lot of people don't like the fact that Zendaya is playing Aaliyah. They never like the fact of Zendaya playing Aaliyah. But I really think that Zendaya would do that girl justice. I really think so. And I don't give a fuck when nobody say I'm gonna get that girl a chance. I can't wait. It comes out this month on Netflix and it comes out in theaters, the first part. So basically it's like a series. So it's like the new edition story. So this is like the first part we're gonna get. So the first part of the Aaliyah movie, and you know everything David do, you know he gotta do that shit big. You know he not gonna do that shit small, even if he ain't in that shit. But you know his name is all in that shit because this is his film. But anyway, I can't wait to see this shit because a lot of people that's hating on Zendaya, when they finally see that shit, they probably gonna be like, damn, because her music is in there, so y'all get to hear her music. So y'all get to hear shit that y'all couldn't hear in that other fucking biopic movie. So I think that's more than enough. She like, I think that's more than fair. But Zendaya got on here, you know, she was coming from the red carpet of the Aaliyah biopic movie. And guess what? I think David and Zendaya are back together. I don't know if it is true or not, but she did confirm that she is pregnant with David baby. So why would she lie about that? I mean, like he probably was having sex with her while she was filming that shit. I wouldn't put it past David. So I mean, like he probably was turning her ass up. I mean, it's Zendaya. The girl got a body. Like she ain't an ugly girl. Like who wouldn't want to try to fuck that girl? You know what I'm saying? Like let's just be real. Who wouldn't try to beat it up? You know, like let's just be real. So David he's had sexual relationships with Zendaya several times, and she admitted it. She straight up just said, "Yeah, we've been dating and stuff while I've been filming this movie," and she wants to go serious with him, like public, but he don't trust her because she haven't gave him a reason to, because every time she say she's ready, she ends up back with Tom, or seeing pictures with Tom and all this shit like that. And I do get where David's coming from. Like, why the fuck would he put his full trust in that fucking girl? But I'm just like, if you're gonna put your trust in Jenna Ortega, and she definitely screwed your ass over. If you gonna do that, David, if you gonna put your trust in that girl, then you might as well just put your trust in all these damn celebrity shady ass bitches. Might as well just give her a damn chance. You gave Jenna another damn chance. Might as well give Zendaya another damn chance. So, so yeah. Anyway, so David is doing an animated series called The Last of Us. Now I ain't gonna lie. What do I think about the show The Last of Us on HBO Max? I ain't never played a fucking video game. I ain't never played a video game, but it's a good show. I'm not gonna say that it's bad because it ain't a bad show, but I think I'm gonna like David's shit a lot better. And the only reason why I think I'm gonna relate to the shit a lot better because when you doing shit like what they doing at HBO Max, people are trying to compare it to the fucking video game when they need to realize that everything is not going to be exactly like a fucking video game. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop having high expectations of shit. Everybody always got a high expectation of something, and then when it's not the way they want it to be, they let down. Oh, it's not like the video game. This is what happens in the video game. Why is it not in the show? Because it's a fucking show. It's not the video game. Now, if they was doing it in 3D, then maybe it probably would be just like the video game. But they're doing it in a live action type of shit, so of course it's not gonna be exactly like the video game. So I mean, like, I ain't played a fucking game, so I mean, I ain't got high expectations for the shit. But the show in general is good. I mean, it ain't a bad show, but I ain't got no damn high expectations of how the fucking episode should go and what they should have did and all this dumb shit. I just look at it. If I like the episode, I like it. The last episode, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was alright. Let me be real. It was okay, but I don't like gay shit. I don't like that they spend too much time on gay couples, and I don't got nothing against gay couples, but I'm not gay. And I feel like they keep on pushing this gay shit down our damn throats. I'm not gay. I don't like gay shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that shit. And I hate that they keep on shoving all this gay shit down our throats. Every time you fucking turn around, they trying to shove this shit down our throats. It's like they trying to program us to be fucking gay. And it's like, I don't want to see fucking 50 whole minutes of a gay fucking couple growing old together and then committing suicide together. Like, it was a good show. It was a good little show, but I ain't watching that shit again because I'm not a fucking gay person. I'm not into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's fucking gay, and they need to accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? They keep on trying to throw that shit down people's throats and shit. Like, come on now, with every fucking show, you gotta make sure that you put some type of gay shit in there so people can see. Like, come on, little kids are looking at this shit. And now they putting that shit in cartoons and shit like that. They literally putting this shit in every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you programming people. That's how, and this is sick because when little kids grow up, they grow up and be like they like 12 years old or 11, and now they all of a sudden they gay. They like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now, you programming them to do this shit, and you know what the fuck you doing? They need to stop doing this shit. No, I ain't want to see 50 million. It's like I ain't want to see 50 million, 50 minutes of that shit. Man, I ain't with it. It's a good show and everything, but that third episode, I don't think we needed that shit. I don't think we needed it because I don't like. I'm not with that gay shit. I'm not with that shit. I mean, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Some girls they be curious to kiss other girls and shit like that. I'm not curious to kiss another fucking girl. I'm just not with that gay shit. So it's like I ain't with that shit because you are put on this earth to like the opposite sex. That's why the fuck you have the opposite sex. And you don't, you know, you're not put on this earth to like the same sex. And people be sounding stupid as shit. Oh, I like the same sex because I was born this way and all this weird shit they be saying. And it's like God put two different sex on this earth. A girl and a fucking boy. Why the fuck you think they did that? So what? The boy can fuck the girl. When he fucks the girl, you get the girl pregnant. And what? The generation goes on. It can't go the fuck on if y'all dumb asses sitting up there liking on the same sex. Get the fuck out of here. And that's why y'all niggas get sick and shit, fucking each other in the ass and shit, doing all that weirdo shit. Like, no, y'all can miss me with all that. I'm sorry, I'm just not with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not with it. And I know, if I know David, I know he not putting none of that gay shit in there in his show. Because he don't do that gay shit. So it's like, you know, and another damn thing. Um, David is not his website is not allowing gay people or gay males to get on his website, and a lot of these gay males they mad because David is not with that gay shit. See, y'all fucked that up for y'all damn selves. When y'all got online, when y'all got on that website and talking about how sexy David is, David don't want to hear another man saying he's sexy. He is not gay. I know y'all probably think he probably go that way because it's sometimes the way he wear his hair and stuff. He wear his hair like that for a style because he's into fashion. He ain't gay. So when y'all get on his website and talk about y'all suck his dick and all that weird shit, yeah, he had to fucking ban y'all from his website. I would have banned y'all creepy asses too. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then y'all talking about he against gay people. No, he's just not fucking gay. He don't got no problem with gay people. He just ain't gay. And he don't want to hear about gay people on his website, grown ass men talking about what they want to do to David. That's weird as shit. That's creepy. I would do the same fucking shit. He is not gay. The man got a fuck. That nigga love pussy. He loves pussy. You see all them fucking girls? I mean, like, come on now. All that ass be in his damn face. So what I'm saying is, like, y'all be doing too much. And then when David do something about it, y'all up there making him up to be the bad guy. He in a fucking wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all up here talking about y'all suck his dick in a wheelchair. All this weird ass shit. So it's like, I would have definitely did the same thing. So yeah, no gay people is not allowed on his website. No transgenders, not even fucking lesbians. They are not allowed on David's website. All straight girls, all girls that love that dick. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that that's David's new rules. That is his new rules for his website. No gays are allowed. It don't matter if you're a female, male, transgender, whatever the fuck you are. That is his new rules. So, you know, he's only enforcing that shit because he's letting people know, nigga, I ain't gay. You see what I'm saying? Like, the fuck are you doing with all this weird ass shit? Telling me that you want to do sexual shit to me? Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas is too damn feminine. So, you know, I like David new rules. I like his new rules, and a lot of other his fans like his new rules too, because there's a lot of girls on here that is not fucking gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to realize that shit. Y'all the ones fucked it up for yourselves. Cause he let y'all be on there. He gave y'all a fucking chance, and then y'all fucked it up. So that's y'all dumbass fault. Y'all fucked that shit up for yourselves. So, and he don't be trying to blame that shit on David. So all I remember is I called up, Nadia, and I'm like, Nadia. She's like, yeah, well, what time is it? I'm like, it's 11. I think 11:30 at night. It's like, oh shit. So she get out the bed. And I'm like, look, I've been kind of thinking. It's like, what? You breaking up with me? I'm like, no. I wanted to see you tonight. It's like, oh, you do? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, all right. So she started getting dressed. I picked her up or whatever. She got in. It's like, how do you drive if you're in a wheelchair? I'm like, I just press the button and it starts up. I don't really gotta put my feet on the gas or nothing. She's like, oh, you don't? I'm like, yeah, it's a smart truck. So it's like it automatically stops at red lights and stuff. So you just pretending to act like you're driving. I'm like, yeah, basically, yeah. So we go to my apartment and we go in kissing. She get on top of me, as I'm riding the wheelchair through the apartment, we kissing and stuff. It's like, look, you don't feel guilty, do you? Because at first I thought I felt guilty, but I actually don't feel guilty because for a while, I gotta be real, things ain't been going good with me and Jermaine. Well, me and your brother. I'm like, so like I'm gonna say we only been staying together because of the kids and stuff. But I mean, it's always been in the back of my mind to get a divorce. I've been waiting to tell him that. I'm like, so this, like, if I do that, I mean, it would be kind of because of you, but not exactly because I was gonna do it anyway. I'm like, you was like, yeah, I mean, I might as well do it before you knock me up because you definitely not using no protection on your thing. And he wanted to have sex when I got home, and I told him I got on my period. So I didn't give him any. I'm like, you ain't let him beat it up, did you? He's like, I just told you he didn't have any sex with me. You think I'm making it up? So I'm like, I'm hoping that you're not. It's like, well, I'm not making it up. So we did end up, cutting up and having sex and stuff right then and there. So she's like, so did you, well, you didn't go to sleep yet, did you? I'm like, no. She's like, I had another wet dream about you. So that means that I think that we more than like each other. I think we might be in love. I don't know, because I just keep having these dreams about you. Even after we did the do. I'm like, yeah. It's like, so basically you saying I'm your girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, basically. So we had sex all the way up until the morning. Me just beating it up in the bed, and she's rocked me all night. I was killing it. I'm not gonna lie, I was killing it. So I remember in the morning, Jermaine calls up Nadia, and she was like, "What's Jermaine?" So I'm like, just say that you left early in the morning. She's like, all right. So she answered the phone. She's like, hello. So he like, where are you at? So like, I left early in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, while everybody was asleep. So he was like, yeah, but when I got up to use the bathroom, you was already out of the bed. Like, I couldn't find you. She was like, oh yeah, I just I was upstairs. So he was like, you was upstairs. So she's like, yeah, I went upstairs to like, check up on the kids and stuff. So he was like, oh, all right. So you at work? She's like, yeah, I left real early. So he had got off the phone with Nadia, and she was like, your brother is trying to get me to ask you to fund his movie. I'm like, he want me to fund his movie? So it's like, yeah, but I don't want you to do it. I'm like, it's like, yeah, because I feel like, number one, if that's how he truly felt, he should have just asked you his damn self. He didn't. That's number one. Um, Number two, I feel like, yeah, well, number two, I also feel like I just, if he's getting me to do his dirty work, something doesn't seem right about that. Like, why doesn't he feel comfortable asking you himself? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess you got a point there. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, why doesn't he feel like asking you himself? I'm like, yeah, true. I mean, I wasn't really gonna fund that shit anyway. She's like, I'm like, what is the movie about? She's like, I don't know. He doesn't tell me he don't tell me what the fuck he be doing. I'm like, he don't. She's like, he don't be telling me shit what he be doing. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's some type of gangster movie. I don't know. I'm like, are you in it? It's like, no, I'm not in it. I'm not even a part of this shit. I know he's doing it with your other brother, Daryl. So I don't know what they really doing with the film and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm not funding that shit. I mean, they ain't asked me to be a part of it. I'm a big damn celebrity. It's like, that's a low budget film. Why would you want to be a part of that shit? I'm like, I don't really want to be a part of it. It was just the principle of it. It's like, oh, you talking about them asking you to be a part of it. I'm like, right. It's like, I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm like, you do. It's like, yeah, I feel you. Like, yeah, they should have asked you. You know, I mean, yeah, you're right. They should have asked you. I'm like, yeah, but they didn't ask me, so that means that they ain't want me to be a part of it. It's like, well, we can make our own movie. I'm like, you mean like a porno? It's like, yeah, like a porno. Wait, you got a camera? So I'm like, yeah, I got a camera. So we did end up like doing like a porno movie, me and Nadia, whatever. She was down for it. Yeah, she was definitely down for it. Now, we did this movie. We did this like porno movie or whatever, and Nadia was like, I cannot believe we're having so much sex. I never thought that this would really be happening. I'm like, you never thought that? It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I never really thought that this would really be happening, but it is. And I don't know. At first, like the first time we did it, it felt kind of weird, but then as we were going more and more into it, like the deeper you got, it felt more good, and that feeling kind of went away. Because I don't feel like it's wrong. I mean, to me, it doesn't feel wrong. So I'm like, did you like the show The Last of Us? She was like, is that on HBO Max? I'm like, yeah, did you like it? It's like, well, I ain't never played a video game, but I looked at like the first episode of The Last of Us, and I mean, I like it, but like I think a lot of people is buying in too much into the shit because I feel like people they're comparing it to the video game, and what you gotta understand when something is like a live action shit, not everything is going to be exactly like what it is. Like if it's a cartoon and then you make it a live action, not everything is going to be quite the same as like what you are used to. So I feel like people shouldn't be trying to compare something like that to a video game. Like it's a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like why do you want to compare? Why do everything has to be exactly like the video game? So I feel like they need to stop having these high hopes when it comes to shit like that, because that shit is weird that y'all really put that much thought into that shit. Like, it's a fucking video game, and then, like, just enjoy the fucking show. Like, just look at it and enjoy it. But I just feel like people just be having too much damn criticism about shit. And they don't know, like, when you doing shit like that, it's a lot of thought that goes into making a series like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta write. You gotta have a lot of writers. Not only that, the camera, the footage and everything just has to be right. So I feel like yeah, not everything is gonna be exactly like the video game, but I mean yeah, I liked it. I think it was a good move. I mean, a good show. I didn't like the third episode. I'm like, it's like that shit was too fucking gay. Like two men, they whole little love story. It was just too much for me. I'm not with that gay shit. Like that shit was weird. Like I just didn't like it, and I ain't with that shit. I'm like, I get what you're saying. So like, yeah, that shit was like that whole fucking episode was about their little love story, and I just felt like I felt like we ain't fucking need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't need that shit. Like, you could have just gave us a few minutes of that shit and then went right back to the real shit. But yeah, we ain't need that shit. I'm like, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, we definitely 100% didn't need that shit. So I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, but aren't you doing like a 3D version of that? But it's gonna be done your way though. Like it's a love story with the girl Ellie or something. I'm like, yeah. It's like, man, I think that would be kind of cool. I think that would be good because if it's in 3D, I'm like, it's gonna be on Netflix. She's like, yeah, you know, people gonna go crazy because it's gonna be like a video game. I'm like, yeah, it's like, and that way they can shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, you think so? It's like that way they can shut their ass the hell up. Like, goddamn, they always complaining about something. People always complaining about something. Grown ass man complaining about how something should be. Just shut the fuck up and look at the damn show. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really asks for your damn opinion any damn way. If you don't like it, then that's fine. Keep your opinion to yourself. But they be getting all mad and upset because a certain episode didn't go like the video game. I wish they would have did it this way. I mean, if they would have did it just like the video game, then maybe it would have been. Man, who cares? Like the fact that y'all read too much into shit lets me know y'all don't got no damn life. Who gives a fuck about that shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when did that fucking game came out? I'm like, I didn't even know that was a game. She's like, you didn't? I'm like, no. But I just liked the show. And the third episode was a little bit, well, it was gay shit. And I looked at it a couple times to try to get the feeling of why they did it that way. But yeah, I'm not feeling that shit. But it was alright. The other two episodes was really good, but I ain't with that gay shit either. It's like, who the fuck is? I mean, like, you got two different sex on this earth for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, who? Like, I just don't get it. Like, so I remember me and Nadia, we did cut up and have sex and everything, which was real good. Now, what I learned to realize is I knew I was going to tell Nadia that I was having those wet dreams. I mean, I was going to tell her. I wasn't going to not tell her. I mean, we was alone. It was the right time to just come out and say it. I feel like, so it happened. I caught up with her and did my thing with her. But not to say I'm doing it behind my brother's back, but she was going to break up with him anyway. I kind of felt that she was going to do that regardless. And another thing, I'm stopping the episode here. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And I hope everybody thugging and clutching and all that shit. I think that's all I want to say on here. What else do I want to say? Um, you know what? I'm gonna just get off of here, and I am going to see y'all. I think Sunday. I think I am going to see y'all Sunday. So I'm gonna holler at y'all Sunday. I hope everybody is, thugging and clutching and all that shit like that. I feel like, my new music and the direction that it's going in, I'm starting to get back on my singing tip because I love singing. I love girls and, I love pussy and I love life, I love love. I'm just loving all this love. But yeah, man, I love singing about love and girls. I love singing about my famous girlfriends and stuff. So there's a lot of things going on, and yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all later.